Your father had the habit of working mainly with the same technical crew. Do you think this was really conscious choice?
This was conscious. He had a technical crew, and that's why he didn't stop. I mean, he didn't rest between films. So he had to work continuously to for his unit because they were waiting, and they were not getting paid between films. So he had to continuously work on to uh, to feed his unit. And it's always nice to have a unit of your own because they know exactly what you want, and even if you don't open your mouth, they know what you want. So it's more it's quick, it's efficient, it's quick, and it's sensible. It's a sensible idea. So that's why I've carried on that tradition. Unfortunately, some of the unit members have retired, they've gone, they've passed away. But the I think I try to carry on that. I try to have the same unit as same crew members. So that's good for you.
For example, which are the members of the technical crew who are working with you for the moment?
Right now, we have two. There are, I think, two or three new members, but otherwise, everybody is from my father's unit. For example, the directorial team is intact. Of course, one or two they have passed away. So, directorial team is intact. The cameraman is the same. Borun Raha, who did the camera work for the last 3 films, he's the same. And except for the sound recordist, we have a new sound recordist because the Shudit guy Mr. Sarkar, who you've met, is slightly indisposed at the moment. So we have a new sound recordist and an editor because we are doing this thing on video. So Dulal Dattu is not a video editor. He doesn't know the system. So that's that. Water break.
Ok.
No.
Tu peux
Rest
un peu bouger
rest.
sur les mains et tout ça quand tu le sens.
Le siphonnage fait.
Are you doing it? You can continue, but try to.
Hers is the toughest job.
Yes.
Could you comment that phrase you taught to a newspaper? The public, the critics are waiting to find faults in my film.
Yeah, that's very true because they expect, naturally, they'll expect a lot, and that's you feel a little apprehensive. So I have to be very careful when making a film or a series for that matter. I have to be very careful, and the less loopholes, the better. And you see, people just watch your films hawk-eyed. Whenever they find a fault, they just phone you up. So you have to be very careful. That's the disadvantage of being the son of Kshatriya. So I find it. I always, whenever I start a script, or I have to be extremely careful. And when he was alive, he was making my scripts, and so I had no tension at that time. But the problem was that when Photik Chand was my first film was released, people said that it's a good film, but it's not his film. His father has done everything. So I was very disappointed because I didn't allow my father to a single day. I didn't allow him at all. So I was very disappointed. Still, the people said that It's not his film, it's his father's film. He did everything. I was disappointed, but I was glad at the same time. Then the film is good. If people are saying that my father has made the film, then the film should be good. And the other thing is that if the film is bad when he was alive, if I had made a bad film, then people would have said that why didn't his father help him out? It's a vicious circle. So, but you have to face that. And I don't think about those things at all. Now that he's no more, and well, it's certainly, you know, but people are still saying that, well, he's making films from his story. So that's his film. So it's tough. It's tough. And he was definitely a hard act to follow. So it's tough. But I don't think about those things, because if I do, then I won't be able to make any films. So it's like that.
Do you think your father suffered the same public reaction regarding his own father?
No.
No?
No, because, well, Shukumar Rai died when he was 2.5 years old. And Shukumar Rai was a writer. He was a whole lot of other things also. He was a writer, he was a musician, painter. But he was not a filmmaker. So that was different. No, he didn't face anything. He did face a lot of hardships while making Author Panchali, but not after, when it was released and it was, applauded, had very good reviews. No.
When you write your own screenplays, how many drafts do you normally go through before getting happy with it yourself?
Well, as we were talking yesterday, you know, there is this first draft. Second draft is what we do. Second draft, we give the second draft to the actors. The script, the second draft of the script. But you know, when I start doing the short divisions, dialogues change, situations change. So, and the actors are either the actors usually come before the day of the shoot, and we tell them that now don't follow that. This is the new thing. So you just read it and keep that in mind, that something has changed. And so during shooting, just before the shooting, we change. During shooting, there are some bright ideas suddenly come, and we incorporate those ideas. So there is a small change. But the main thing, the main idea, the main concept naturally remains the same. But we do make a lot of changes. We do improvise to some extent. Yes, we do improvise, and especially during outdoors. You know, the weathers change, and especially during the making of Sadgati, Deliverance, the TV film which my father shot. In the end, there was no thunder shower or rain in the script, and the rain suddenly appeared. That suddenly clouds appeared, and there was this terrific thunder shower for about an hour. So he incorporated that in the film. So it just elevated the film. So it happens. So there is no fixed rules as such. We keep everything flexible, but the entire sweep of the film, that has to be there.
What is your favorite part in the process of filmmaking?
Well, as I said, post-production. Post-production is certainly the most exciting part, when you just well, the film is you have an idea, and it gets the shape is in the editing. It gets its shape. It's just shooting and everything are the ingredients. While cooking, and it's the thing takes shape during editing and further on while laying the tracks and everything, having music and everything. So that part is definitely the most exciting part. But shooting is equally exciting, but very strenuous. If you do it in the summertime, it's very strenuous. And that, the post-production is more relaxed, where you have about 3-4 people working, and during shooting you have about 70 to 75 people working under you. So that is nerve-wracking. If anything goes wrong, you've had it, and anything can go wrong. Well, the camera can crank down, camera can break down. The films, you never know what will happen during processing and everything. So that is a constant headache during shooting. It's very, very. But what I have learned from my father is to keep your cool. I generally don't get angry. I don't swear. I don't use 4-letter words during shooting, because that can be, you do waste a lot of time shouting and so I don't do that. I generally keep my, that's what my father did. He never lost his head. He never lost his cool. So that's, I think, a good thing for a film director, for a filmmaker, to stay calm as much as possible.
What was your father's favorite part, you think, during the shooting and for making a film, during making a film?
Well, I think the entire process, but he did love, he did love enjoying, while he did enjoy composing his own music. He loved it very much, because music was his first love, and he did enjoy composing or scoring his own music. That's what he loved very much, and definitely the post-production part of it.
How did he compose the music? Was it during the shooting, before, after?
During the shooting, of course, during the shooting, when he was shooting, he usually got some ideas. He used to jot them down, and especially during editing, where he had a lot of free time, because Dulalata would be joining, and in the earlier days he could be scraping, when we didn't have the splicers, because he used to scrape the other thing and put cement, and so that took a lot of time. So during that time he used to hum and write a bit of music, and so it's like that.